Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel, APW Sports signing in. Today is Thursday, September 10th, 2020, and that means that we finally had some NFL football. Thank you, oh Lord. But this is something a little different on this channel. Today, we are going to review Sunday's Bears game between us and the Detroit Lions. Week 1 this Sunday. I can't wait. I know you guys are just as excited as I am that we finally have football back. But today's video, we're just going to go over some predictions, reviews, some matchups, and some things to look out for, and also some keys for a Chicago Bears victory in Week 1 this Sunday. But before I go into this video, I just want to make sure that you guys are staying absolutely safe. I know it's still a lot going on. I just want to make sure that you guys are absolutely safe. And also, about 60% of the people that tune into this channel are not subscribed. And if you fall in that category, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will not miss a video. Doing those things really helps this channel to grow. If you guys love my content, we just want to keep growing and growing and growing. But y'all know what time it is. Without further ado, let's dive into it. First, let's talk about our Chicago Bears. We go into this game with the defense that is a top 5 defense. We go into this game with some new offensive faces as far as the coaching staff. And we go into this season with still Mitchell Trubisky as our starting quarterback. There's been a little change on the offensive line with Kyle Long's retirement. And there's been a little bit of a change at the wide receiver position with Taylor Gabriel no longer being a Chicago Bear, and we've added tight ends Jimmy Graham and Cole Kmet to fill in that tight end role as Trey Burton was released this offseason. This Bears team is a very, very solid team, and I think a lot of the media is going to underrate this team because Chicago teams, let's just face it, by national media, we don't get any love. Even when we're doing well, we don't get any love. And this Bears team can really be good. But going into this week, we have a little bit of injuries with David Montgomery's groin injury. We're still going to have to wait and see how he plays, or if he plays, and how that plays out. Because that could be a huge key between us being effective offensively and not being effective offensively. And we're probably going to have to use Cordell Patterson more in the backfield if it comes to that point, which I hope it does not. But this Bears defense also led by Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller, Roquan Smith, Akeem Hicks, Danny Trevathan, and the rest of the crew can easily be top 5 defense. And going against a Lions team that has Matthew Stafford, who's, I think, one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. The Lions tried to get this running game going with drafting DeAndre Swift in the draft, and also with Kerryon Johnson. The offensive line is still intact, just giving Taylor Decker from The Ohio State University a new contract extension. The Lions have weapons, Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay, 2 really, really solid receivers, with TJ Hawkinson, the second-year tight end. This Lions offense can be a good offense as long as they consistently be able to run the football, which I think can help this Lions be a good team this year. But the offense of the Lions and this defense of the Chicago Bears, I think the Lions offensive line is going to have some fits especially dealing with Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn on the other side. We don't have Eddie Goldman, which I think is going to be a huge loss, but we still have a very good defensive line without him, with Roy Robinson Harris and Bilal Nichols stepping into that role that Eddie Goldman left. Now, the keys to the Bears defense being successful against this Lions offense, I think slowing down Kenny Golladay and slowing down Marvin Jones, because it's a pass-happy offense, and control the running game, because I think the Lions are going to try to attack more of the running game because of the loss of Eddie Goldman. So I think the Lions are going to try to run the football a little bit more than what they're accustomed to try to throw this Bears defense off. And I'm going to say advantage goes to Bears defense. I just think this Lions offense, while they did improve with the running backs, I still think they're going to heavily rely on Matt Stafford's arm. And I think the play of Jalen Johnson, Buster Screen, Kyle Fuller, Tashawn Gibson, Eddie Jackson in our secondary, I think that's going to be key into what goes on with this game. And I think this Bears secondary is much improved versus having Prince Amukamara in the back. And I just think this Bears secondary can slow down Jones and also slow down Golladay. And our linebacking core with Smith, Trevathan, Quinn, and Mack on coverage is a really, really fast crew. And I think we could slow down TJ Hawkinson. Now, we go with this Lions defense. The secondary is not very great. They've lost Darius Slay, who I think is one of the better corners in the NFL. They did replace him with Desmond Trufant, who's solid, but has been dealing with a bunch of nagging injuries. They did bring in some defensive line help with Danny Shelton, brought over from the Patriots, as well as Jamie Collins, brought over from the Patriots. Deron Harmon also brought over from the Patriots, and they drafted cornerback Jeff Okudah out of the Ohio State in the first round. So I think this defense is a little bit more improved than it was last year. And I think the secondary could be a little bit better with Trufant and Okudah. The issue for me is going to be one of the safety positions with Tracy Walker there. And the linebacking core for the Detroit Lions is a little bit young with Gerard Davis, Christian Jones, former Bear, and Jamie Collins is getting a little bit older and then you also have Reggie Wagner to replace him. This Detroit Lions defense led by Matt Patricia is a solid defense. I don't think it's going to be one of those defenses that puts a lot of fear into other teams. While it could be solid, there are holes that can be exposed with this defense, especially with the Bears' offensive weapons, as long as they're used right. And that is the huge key. The main key to the Bears' offense having success against this Detroit Lions defense, I think, is number one, using Mitchell Trubisky's strengths, which is have him on some bootlegs, use his mobility to keep the Lions defense off guard. And also, the Bears have to, and I mean they have to, establish a running game. Because if this Bears team becomes one-dimensional, we're going to get a repeat for what happened in week 1 last year against Green Bay, where the Bears are going to try to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game. And this offense is not built to win that way. Trubisky is a solid quarterback, like I've said in the past. As long as Matt Nagy uses his strengths, I think this Bears offense can have some success. And it has to be a balanced offense. We have to have a consistent running game for the Chicago Bears team to end up having some success on the offensive side of the ball. My prediction for this game is I think that the Chicago Bears will end up winning this game a score of 21-17. I think the Bears offense can make just enough plays to get us over the hump, While this defense, I think, is going to make its presence known, because the Lions' offensive line is not really the best against protecting the quarterback. And when you're dealing with Khalil Mack, a big Akeem Hicks, Robert Quinn, and sending Buster Skrine on some blitzes, I think this Bears defense is going to give the Lions' offensive line some fits and is going to cause some problems throughout the course of this game. And I think the Bears defense makes enough plays and the offense stays a little bit consistent enough for the Bears to pull out this victory. So Bears win 21-17. Thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and your prediction as well between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions this Sunday. And also share the video, as that also helps the channel to grow. Also, you guys can keep up with me on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Both handles are APW Sports, and both will be linked in the description below. But that's all I have for you guys. APW Sports signing out. Make sure that you guys have a great and excellent day, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully we get a Bears victory. Peace out.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.